Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Cinematics video session 22. So basically, yesterday we actually learned about how we can differentiate records when we have appended, the records from different sources. Today we will learn a new concept that is the augment node. Okay, so these were the two things we have learned as of now. So we have this compute expression from data flow. Okay, and that part you can also do via the transform node. Okay, transform node in recipe. Okay, now today we will learn a new concept called as augment node. Okay, augment node, and what does it does is it basically performs a VLOOKUP operation. Fine. So in case you're not aware, let me explain you what this VLOOKUP operation means. So in today's scenario, we will take two objects over here, that is a account and opportunity. Okay. Now, as you all know, the relationship, in case you don't know, let me tell you that, one account can have many opportunities, right? So the relationship is something you should be aware of. Standard objects, definitely that is something which is a prerequisite. But anyways, one account can have multiple opportunities, but one opportunity, okay, one opportunity can have only one account, okay? Now that is something you have to be very much clear about, okay? So one account can have multiple opportunities and one opportunity can have one account. Now, via that augment node, what we can do is, let's say there's a concept of left and right over here. We will walk through that properly. But basically, let's say on the left, if we have opportunity, on the right, we have account, then one opportunity, whatever the requisite account is there, we can bring in. And let's say on the left, you have account, on the right, you have opportunity. So whatever opportunities are there for each account, those parts also we can bring in. Okay. So at first, what we are going to do is we are going to perform a SQL operation. Okay. So this is an SQL operation which I had performed. Select ID name. I'm querying on opportunity, but as you know that it's a master-child relationship. So whenever we're querying on the child records, right? So account here is the master, okay? I mean parent, and opportunity is the child. Okay. So when you are querying on the child, because one account can have many opportunities, so that's why opportunity is considered as child and account is considered as parent. So when you are querying on child objects, right? And if you want to fetch the parent, then this is how you write the query. Account.name, account ID is, that field is already there. You can write account.name. Okay. Anyways, now the problem here is I have by default I have all the opportunities which have accounts. So what I'm going to do is I will create a few opportunities where I will not map any particular account. Okay. So with this opportunity, what I'm going to do is I will quickly click on new. Okay. And I will just quickly fill the necessary fields. So let's say I write desktop 1. Okay. And let me just somehow map the close date. Okay. Let's say need analysis. Let me click on save and new. And let me write here desktop 2. Let me select new close date. Okay. And let's say I have desktop 3. Now, if I click on export, okay, as you can see here, the last 3 records doesn't have any account. Okay, so I have total 714, but actually 711 records are there which are having accounts, right? So I have 711 opportunities which are having accounts. Now let's jump back to this particular append node. Fine. So here I will just go to data flow and recipe once again. Let us create a new data flow. Let me write as free session 5. Okay, first thing first, I will bring the digest and I will just write here account. Okay. The object will be account, which is fine. Now here I will select a few important fields, that is ID, uh, name. I think that's enough. Let me click on create. The next part, what I'm going to do is I will bring in opportunity And here I will have the source object as opportunity. And under fields, I will just select ID. I need the account ID, by the way. I also need the ID. Where is the ID part for opportunity ID? And let's just go for name as of now. That's fine. And also let me also select the stage name. Okay. Now this is what the augment node is. So under augment node, let's say I'm writing augment. So I will augment op an account where I will take the opportunity on the left source. Fine. And the key is a very important thing. So basically, whenever you're taking two objects, right, the key is basically the common fields which combines those two objects. For example, here when I query, this is my account ID, right? For example, I'm querying on child, that is opportunity. This is my account ID. And if I open this account ID, right, it's nothing but is opening me any account records. That means the object account which has the field ID, that same field is present on opportunity as account ID. Okay. So the key part is very important. If you miss the key part, if the key parts are not equal in both the objects or both the columns from which you want to augment, then basically it will, I mean, the results won't come in an appropriate way. Okay. So when I'm taking the opportunity, it's my account ID. Okay. And from the right, and when you're doing relationship now, I'll come to this later. But on the right, I'm taking account. Okay. And the right key will be ID. Again, as I mentioned, the left key and right key should be same. If it is not same, then the augment won't happen, because augment is nothing but it does a VLOOKUP. For VLOOKUP, it needs a common field to look up to that source. Okay. Now, whenever you're bringing the right source, right, usually what happens, the name, for example, you have the name from account as well as you have the name from opportunity. So just to ensure that when you are combining on data set, both the names will be same, right? So whatever things you're taking on right, whatever the name is there, just to ensure it's coming from the right. That's why we write relationship. Relationship name is only for those objects or those columns which you are taking on the right source. So for account name, it will come as account.name. Okay. Usually, if I would have just considered the data set of account, it would have come as name. But since I'm I'm bringing these two objects together via augment. So on the right, the opportunity on name will be as it is, but on the right, the account name which is there, which comes as name, it will be coming as account.name. Okay. Of course, when we run the data set, it will be much more clear. And what are the other fields which I want to bring? Let's say I want to bring the name. Okay. Now operation, because each opportunity has only one account, right? One opportunity can never have two accounts. That's why we have this lookup single value. There are two types of operation. We will understand the next operation once we take on left account and on the right opportunity. Okay. But for now, let us do this and let us just register this by saying op account dataset. I'm writing op account dataset because on the left I've taken opportunity. Okay. Let me put this over here as well. And now let me click, the source node will be nothing but my augment, and let me click on create. So now let me just update this and let me run the data flow. Fine. And yeah, let's monitor this now. So as you can see, the data flow ran successfully, right? And what I'm going to do is I will quickly open this particular data set. So let me come over here. Now, because I have taken the left as opportunity, right? So by default, whichever object you take on the left, the total number of records present in that object will come into picture. So here, of course, I have taken opportunity. Now, under opportunity, the thing is that, oh, 1 minute. Okay, there's one mistake which I did. It should have come 714, right? It should have come 714 because in total, I see the opportunity cost 714 and here is coming 711 because whatever you take on the left, the total number of records should come. Okay. The mistake which I made is when I created the opportunity, right? I didn't run the connect. So firstly, as I told you here, basically it doesn't give you real-time data. So I have to run the full string of opportunity. Now, once this run happens, okay, then again I have to run the data flow. Let us monitor this, not an issue. So the sync ran successfully, and now I will just run this data flow now. So once I run this data flow, and again, if I refresh this data set, you will see actually 714 records. Okay, because definitely whatever you take on left, those total number of records has to come up. Okay, so let's quickly monitor this as well. Okay, this ran successfully, and as you will see right now, it's showing 711. I will just refresh this because I created 3 new opportunities which doesn't have any account. Okay, so it's showing me 714, which is amazing. Now here, if I take the account name into consideration, okay, or let me do one thing, let me convert this into compare table. So under compare table, now if I take the account name, okay, and let's say go for show totals, as you can see here, it's showing me 711 records. Okay, so now if I take the name part over here, so that's how it's exactly coming up. Okay, so this name is nothing but my opportunity name, right? And as I was showing you, whichever you take on your right source, isn't it? When you're going for augment node, you just define the relationship name. By that relationship name, we are going to define the column name as well. So that name which is coming from account, we are referring as account.name, because in this particular data set, we are having these two objects, that is the account and opportunity. And as you can see here, for each opportunity, you are able to see all the accounts, and that's why showing 711. And also when we queried over here, so total is 714, but there are last 3 records which are not having any particular account on the last 3 records. So that's why total is 711, and that's what is coming up over here when I take the account name into consideration. Okay, so this is what the augment node does. Basically, from account and opportunity, it is actually taking that particular key. So from opportunity, we have the account key. So by matching those two keys, it's actually pulling up those particular records of account which is under the opportunity. Fine. And because one opportunity can only have one account, that's why we mentioned as lookup single value. That's why, because lookup multiple values also, if we do, it will not change the result, but that's not needed actually. Okay, however, when you have a one-to-many relationship and the one part is there on the left source, because here it is one-to-one relationship, but one-to-many, for example, account opportunity, and when you have account on the left and opportunity on the right, then definitely you have to go for this operation, lookup multiple values. Okay, so yeah, let's stop over here as of now. So that's what the augment node is. It's basically does nothing but does a VLOOKUP. Fine. And yeah, that's it about this video. In case you have liked it, then please definitely do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, very soon let's meet in the next one.